Happy Thursday. Welcome back to Role Play Accountability. I'm Justin Martinez from the East Coast. I'm out of the 10 East 53rd Street office. I run the Martinez team, which is a team of 5. We have 3 agents, director of operations, myself, and we also have a marketing agency. So last week we spoke about role playing, right? Role playing has been a big part of this group early on. It's one way to practice a conversation with your client without actually practicing on the client, which could cost money. And we spoke about when we role play, like what's the goal, how to framework the conversation around the goal, and what's the follow-up task / action plan. So we had a few scenarios last week. Is anyone on from last week, or let's see? Hey, Sherry, how you doing?
Not too shabby. Thanks for asking.
Sorry, Siri is speaking to me. So, would anyone like to discuss any like? Hey, Heather, how did it go last week?
Hello. He didn't. I went to talk to. He's not selling his house at the moment.
He's not selling the house. Okay.
That's it. So I found that out from someone else because I wasn't at the park when he told someone, and someone told me, so I didn't push it.
Oh, okay, that's good. Well, at least you found out.
Yeah. So the whole neighborhood jumped on him. Are you selling?
It sounds like there's a lot of realtors in the neighborhood.
No, just a bunch of nosy people.
Oh, got it. Okay. All right. So have you seen him since when we last spoke, or?
No, I'm going to see him tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he's curious about what his house is worth. Who knows?
Oh, he probably know. Yeah. Yeah. His house will go very quick.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Cool. So let me know how that goes. I don't see Rosemary for last week. Hey, Wayne from San Diego. Does anyone else have any questions or about current clients they wrote? Oh, Rosemary just popped on. Let's see how everything go with Rosemary's client. Hey, Rosemary.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. I was just talking about you. How everything go with your client?
Well, good and bad.
Okay.
I mean, actually, it's a good because I listened to your advice in terms of trying to find out if they were real sellers and buyers at this time. Well,
Yeah.
yes, they are real. But in speaking to his fiance, who I thought was already his wife, we had another conversation, a conference call with the 3 of us together, because initially I saw the property and I met with her fiance, the husband to be, and he was concerned about speaking to his wife about actually selling at this time because of the economy, et cetera, feelings. But actually, the real issue is the wedding and the preparation for it and the cost of it. And so they really are not mentally prepared to make a decision on selling their property right now and purchasing and doing all that is required for that, with the pending wedding coming up in June next year.
Okay.
Already selected the place. Well, they're having a big wedding, and so I went through that whole thing with them.
Yeah.
The good thing is at least they say they want to work with me, once they tied the knot in June.
Yeah.
They want me to, place them on the task list, all of that kind of thing. So I think this is better than having gotten through and gotten them to sign, and they couldn't make a decision or let go of their property, and all of the work had been done. Had an exclusive with no money. So that was what happened.
Okay, well, I mean, it sounds like it's not an immediate win. It's just, it's on pause for a little bit, and
Heard,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And they didn't quibble about at least they didn't talk about the 6% again.
Okay.
Yeah, they really, talked about that, they're just not ready right now.
No, and I'm glad you got to the point because if they're quivering about $10,000 or so, there's a reason why, and the cost of the wedding. I mean, it sounds very stressful.
That was it.
Yeah. So you got it done. Good. I'm glad. Anyone else have any questions that you guys would like to go over, like for any particular clients?
I have a statement, I guess, more than a question.
Okay. What's your statement?
Just regarding the fear of talking to people that are really past clients, and when the transaction didn't go so well. So you kind of got this barrier to picking up the phone to reconnect. But I did it after this last week, after last week's lesson. I did it. I picked up the phone and I talked to a client where they didn't go well.
Okay.
And we're having lunch on Friday.
Oh, wow.
She's
That's
like,
great.
I can't wait to see you, da da da. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I thought she was like gonna just shut me down,
Yeah.
but she's not. So that opens up other avenues for me down the road as well. So thank you for giving me the confidence to do that. So.
Yeah, my pleasure. That's awesome. I'm glad you called them, and yeah, that's great. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, well, good luck, and ask her. Feel free to ask her. What would she change about the experience, and use that as data point. As a data point.
Yeah, for sure. Because we've done in the past. This would have been my third transaction with her, and there was just that. I think there was too much going on in their life too, and it was a lot going on, and I ended up being the bad person, so which most of us do at times. So
yeah, I mean, it's typically always the realtor's fault.
yeah. We're the easy one to blame. Kick the dog. So
it's like the war, the interest rates is all the realtor's fault.
yeah. So, but it was a great experience for me to get over that hurdle. So, and just listening to you trying to guide the others was what gave me the courage to just pick up the phone and do it. So
okay, well, I'm glad you got that win. That's a good one. Yeah. And repeat relationships, and relationships at the end of the day, we're farmers. We're planting seeds, we're growing, we're nurturing our relationships, and yeah, that's the business we're in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Can we do some price reduction role playing?
Sure, let's do it. So the goal is you want to get a price reduction. Is how long has it been on the market?
One is on the market for 3 weeks, and the other is on the market for 6 weeks.
Okay.
And they're both overpriced.
Okay. And all right, that's fine. Have you been sending, are you representing the seller?
On both. Two different properties, two different sellers.
And how often do you share comps?
No more than once or twice a week.
Okay, so they're getting it pretty frequently.
They're getting their views every week. They're getting knowledge every week. They're being told, they're being touched every week.
Okay, that's good.
At least once a week. And one tends to be more.
Okay, and how about traffic reports? Are they getting traffic reports?
They're getting traffic reports. We have a thing on Compass called Insights.
Yep.
And I send that to them every Monday.
Okay, awesome.
And I speak to them a couple of times a week.
Okay, so it sounds like you're doing a great job with communication, which is great. So would you like to be the seller, or do you want to be the agent? How would you like to do this?
I don't care. I can be an agent. I can try to be an agent. I've been trying to be an agent for a long time.
What market are you in?
New York City, same as you.
Okay, awesome.
I think you're on Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm uptown. I'm on Julian Berkeley's office, 53rd
Okay.
Street.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. We're in the same office.
Are you
Awesome.
on 53rd Street?
Yeah, I'm sitting right in the conference. I think it's called Dragons now on the 5th.
Yeah, are you on 16 or 5?
5.
I'm on 15. So
Okay.
when I'm in the office, I can wave hi to you.
Yeah, you got the penthouse view.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Let's do it. So,
Ring a ring.
hello. Hey, Julian.
Morning, Jay. How are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Remember when we signed the exclusive 4 weeks ago? I said to you, we'd have to take a look at the pricing and at the number of showings and revisit it.
Yes, I do recall that conversation.
And that we had originally said that you had originally said you'd like this price because you'd like it.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, which is pretty much still the case.
Yeah. And I said to you, that would be great. Let's try it. It's your place and we would revisit it. Well, it's time to revisit.
Okay.
Your 5F. And I
Mhm.
found out that 14K just went into contract.
Okay. Do you know what they went into contract for?
Actually, I do. It went into contract. It's listed at 740. And
Mhm.
it went into contract at approximately $10,000 to $15,000 below a list,
Okay.
closer to the 15.
And where we're listed at again? What
We're
number are
listed
we
at 759,
Okay.
and we're not totally renovated,
Okay.
but we do
So-
have a pass-through kitchen.
So where do you think we're going to sell at?
I think that we should I would like to try listing it now at 729
Mhm.
and hope we end up somewhere near there, somewhere with the 715, 725 in it. At the
Okay.
end.
And how fast do you think we're going to sell?
Market's a little slow right now. It's summertime. It's not off the cliff bad. It's just number of transactions have slowed down and the foot traffic has slowed down.
Okay.
I figured that when September comes around, we'll have more action. So I hope sometime by September, we'll go into contract.
Okay. All right. Let me think about it.
Okay, that's great. Let me know. We'll keep the same price and do the same things, but we're not getting anywhere.
Okay. No, I understand. I got you. All right. Let me think about it. Let's reconnect either later this week or tomorrow or early next week.
Beautiful.
Oh, one other question I have. If we price drop, what do you think do you think we should, if we decide a price drop, do you think we should do it now or after Labor Day?
I don't see the sense of keeping it at a price where we're not getting any activity.
Mm-hmm.
That's just keeping it on the market for no reason.
Okay.
The market is basically rejecting our price.
Yeah.
So I would suggest doing it sooner than later.
Okay. All right, let's reconnect either tomorrow or early next week.
Beautiful. Have a great day.
All right.
Take care, Jay.
Thank you, Julian. Bye. I mean, I think you're pretty straightforward. Sounds like you already had the conversation with him, like you alerted him. I would maybe, I mean, he already gets the comp, so you could even refer to that, but you're pretty spot on with the data. So I think that's a good conversation.
Yeah, I just like to practice.
Yeah.
That's why I'm speaking to you.
No, I'm just giving you my feedback.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's my feedback. I think it's a good, the way you handle it. It's like you already brought it up. You send him the data, and yeah, it's great.
Thank you.
In terms of the client, you think he will be open to it, or?
Oh, I know he'll be open to it.
Okay.
There's something not clicking correctly in in what he's telling me about the sale.
Mhm.
Or else he's just the type of person who not only likes to micromanage, but who's nervous. So
Mhm.
he tends to be very nervous about it. That's the word I'd use.
Mm.
Anxious and nervous.
Okay.
So he's always on it. So
In terms of what? In terms of like activity, like,
he wants to know who's seeing it, when they're seeing it. We just put up in the building, because the building has a link system. So
Mhm.
we put up a message that his apartment's up for sale. So a couple of people contacted him, then he called me. And
Mhm.
I said, no, they haven't contacted me. So he called
Yeah.
him back. And one said, well, I decided to stay in my rental. And the other person that I was talking about can't move forward at this time. So I
Okay.
said, great. Thank you for trying. That was it. But that's
Yeah. I mean, in terms of communication, I think you're doing a great job. So I think the conversation should go over very smooth. If he gives you any pushback, I would recommend, if you had a contract in front of you for $700,000, what would you do? And see what his answer says, and see if his
that's
points
good.
come
I've
out.
never done that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
All right, Julian. Let me know how it
Thank
goes
you.
next week. My pleasure. Heather, you're back.
Yeah, I just have a question for Julian. He sounds so nervous. Is there a reason he needs the money at that certain price, that maybe that's why he's being a little bit not helpful, because he's probably might need it for something else? Do you happen to know if he's in a hurry, if he has a situation? Because that's what it sounds like to me. I mean, obviously it's just from this one call, but
The answer is, I don't know.
yeah,
And to my knowledge, no.
okay,
He does not need the money. He doesn't have a mortgage that he can't handle. He's not paying new rent or new mortgage, to my knowledge. I think he just wants to be out of New York City, because he is out of New York City now. But it just might be his personality more than the event. And that's the way I'm leaning. It's more his personality.
all right, gotcha.
Yeah, from my experience, if he gives you any pushback, that question will also point out his motivation of why he wants that number, and you could that's it's there's always a reason behind it. Like even like with Rosemary's client last week, like why there was going back and forth over 10 grand. So, all right, anyone else?
All right, I'll ask another question. I noticed someone that was doing for sale by owner,
Mhm.
and I've been watching this one house, and they took it off the market, and they had it on for like 3 months or 4 months, and they still haven't changed the price, and it was high.
Mhm.
Now, I want to try to approach them. How
Okay.
would because obviously I've been told, and I'm also new to this, that for sale by owners a little not the sweetest sometimes, is what the word on the street is. So
Yeah.
how would you approach something? Because you can obviously see the price is not moving. They're not budging at all, any of it, or any of the time that they had it on for 4 months. It's in
Yeah.
a good area and everything else. So, they probably want what they want. They're probably testing the market, but do you approach them or just leave them alone?
Oh, I mean, that's a good question. Do you think they could sell at that number or slightly higher? Like, what does the comp say?
They're less in that area because it backs up to Locust Avenue in Roslyn, and it's a little busy, and you have an elementary school right behind you, so a little less,
Mhm. So it sounds like that they're overpriced then, correct?
probably. Mhm.
All right. So typically with FISBOs, I mean, it could go a few ways. Well, FISBOs, the stat about FISBOs is 90% of them they list anyway. So that's one stat just to keep in mind. I would go there, just say, you know, previewing to buy the property for a potential buyer. Give them the book, like, you know, just I call it the coffee table book instead of the pitch book. Uh, and just, you know, and then go through the Med C, ask them, you know, why they're selling, how they come up with this price. And in that book, you also want to put in the comps.
Right, of course. Okay,
Have they interviewed any brokers? Because FISBOs, they're going to give you a lot of pushback. They're going to have their guard up, right? So just want to ask them, you know, those type of questions and see, again, the question is, are they even real sellers?
right. Right.
You
Where
know,
was it
ask them
again?
how.
Preview for potential, give them the comps, we know that, give them the book.
So
Why they're selling, and then where was the other thing you said, where something?
why they're selling, how they come up with
Oh, yeah,
that price.
oh, yeah, that's it, how. Okay,
Have they interviewed any brokers?
all right,
If, you know, they received the contract in front of them for X price, like use the price you think they will sell for, what would you do?
okay,
Um, if they decided to list with a broker, what would be most important to them about the agent and company that be representing them in the home for sale? And then ask them, like, based on that, would it be helpful if you sent them, you know, if they say communication, your communication plan, or if they say marketing, would it be helpful if you sent over your marketing plan, things like that.
okay. I really wish I learned shorthand.
Say that again, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
No, I didn't, I missed that.
I
part.
said, I wish I learned shorthand.
Shorthand.
I just aged myself, sorry.
What's a shorthand? I have no idea.
Oh my God, forget it, I'm done. Everybody else,
Wait, is laughing.
oh my, everybody else is laughing, oh my God.
No,
Okay.
Wayne got Rosemary. I think Rosemary got it. Everyone got it except for me.
I feel so old, but I know what it is.
I'm glad everybody's laughing. I was writing, I wasn't looking up. It's another language before TikTok language. How's that?
Okay.
Oh, God. Okay, that's good. I'll have that notes.
Yeah,
I'll get
and so when I started sales, I've always went to FISBOs. I would go to FISBOs every weekend.
really
It's a good practice. It's a really good practice. Yeah.
get beaten up. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I mean, what you're gonna learn is a lot of them, some of them are not real sellers. They just come up with this outrageous number. But what you're also gonna learn about them is that, you know, if you follow up with them consistently for about a month, you could potentially get an opportunity to sign a listing.
Okay. They're probably gonna fight the commission, obviously, because that's why they probably want to sell by themselves, because they don't want, they figure it's how hard could this be?
Yeah, so for this particular festival, that's why I asked, like, what do you think about the pricing? Because like I've met with FISBOs where like it makes sense for them to like, all right, if I know I can get the price, what if I list, you know, slightly higher and just put the commission, like whatever percentage, whatever the difference is for the percentage, and it will make sense, right? It's an easier conversation to have versus someone that just the price is not, it's outrageous price. So it's a little bit harder, but if you still ask those questions, you can figure out if it's even worth your time.
Right. I'll have to check that out. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm meeting a FISBO like later today, where it's a developer. He has a nice townhouse in Manhattan Valley, and he was a referral from a bank, and so we'll see. It looks like a beautiful project, but I just don't know. I don't know if it's going to be worth the time.
Yep. Jennifer wants something. Okay.
Yeah, Jennifer is actually from my team. She joined about a month and a half ago.
Hi,
Jennifer,
everybody.
what do you have for me today?
Okay, so I have a buyer I toured 2 days ago. We saw something
Mhm.
brand new to the market, and she told me this is so
Okay.
exciting. I love it. And we took some video. We're going to share it with her parents, and she want to hear from her parents their opinion.
Mhm.
And then she also sent me 5 more listings she want to see next Wednesday. So my concern is if we wait for next Wednesday, this one might not be available. So I want to have a conversation with her, see where she is, what does her parents think about this property, and what is stopping her from submitting an offer.
Okay. Is there any other offers on the property that you think would be great
Not
for her?
yet. As of yesterday, not yet.
Okay. And what's the typical days on market for this area?
Say it again, I didn't hear you.
What's the average days on market for this location?
This is one of a kind of property. That's what we discussed because she's been searching for a while. So something like this comes up, you just never know. Like this neighborhood is hit or miss.
Okay. Why is it one of a kind?
It just she's been looking for a while. This is the first time she sees something she's really excited about. And do I know if anybody else gonna come in today or tomorrow? I don't know. That's why I want to see if she's ready for it.
No, I understand that part, but so we also before having this conversation, she sounds like she likes it, but she also wants to view other properties, right? Is she a first time home buyer?
Yes, she's been looking for at least 6 months.
Okay, so the reason why I asked was the average days on market because you also want to give some data
Right.
to support your point.
Mhm. Correct. Okay, good point.
All right. So the goal the goal of the conversation here is what?
To deliver the facts and then have her to tell me what does she think about it if she want to put in an offer.
Okay. Go ahead. You're the agent, or I'm the agent.
I want to be the client.
Okay. All right. Ring, ring, ring.
Hi, Justin.
Hey, Jennifer. It was nice to see you yesterday. How's your day? How's your morning going so far?
Pretty good. Did you schedule the Tuesday tours already?
Yeah. I've actually reached out to all of the agents, so a few of them confirmed. Waiting on for a couple more to confirm, and then I'll send you over the calendar invite. So I'm looking forward to touring.
Sounds good.
So it seemed like you're really excited about the apartment yesterday. I just wanted to see your thoughts. I know we've looked at a lot of properties, and I just want to reassure you that I'm here for the journey. Whether we see 2 more properties or 100 more properties, my goal is to get you to the closing table with your dream home.
Thank you. Yeah, I was really excited, and I wonder if they have an offer already.
So I followed back with the agent. They didn't say they have an offer. They did say that they do have interest.
Mhm.
So this type of apartment doesn't come off too frequently. So if we wait to next week, yes, it's the summertime. Manhattan has been a little bit slower, but properties are still going into contract.
Okay.
Would you be interested in discussing to submit a potential offer, or do you prefer to see the properties next week and wait till we see the properties next week?
I'm not sure from my experience. What do you think?
Well, in my opinion, based on your feedback, you know, after we sold the home, you said this pretty much checked every box. So it doesn't hurt to submit an offer. That way we can get the conversation going and we could still see the properties next week. When you submit an offer, you're not liable to the property until you actually sign a contract and give your deposit.
I see.
So all it
What do
really
you
does
think?
is, go ahead, sorry.
So I was actually thinking about that too, but I don't know if the asking was A95. Where do you think I should start?
That's a good question. How about this? How about I send you some comps based on what has sold recently within the last month to 3 months, and then let's have a second conversation. And would it also be helpful if I sent you the info on how to submit an offer?
Yeah, of course. I was thinking about submitting A50.
Okay. I mean, I think that could potentially be a good starting point. But how about I send you the data, that way you're sure about it?
Okay. Honestly, I don't want to go over A50.
And what's the general? I don't know what the property is priced at. That's all I'm like.
I think we'll probably sell A75. And I don't want to go over A50.
Okay, so let's submit 850. I mean, I can't guarantee that they'll accept that, but I could get the broker to at least give us a response.
Well, I want to be end up at 850. Should I start at 850?
No, you should start slightly lower.
Okay. All right. Let me know what if we're gonna get a response lower. You mean 840?
Okay.
Okay.
I think we should start at 825, and then let them give us a response. But again, let me send you the data also that we can see exactly what properties are selling for. And
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
all right, thanks. Bye.
I don't think she's that difficult, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I don't, I didn't have a background on the price, but yeah, just make sure you also send data. That way she's reassured about what the neighborhood is going for.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. Anyone else?
I have another situation. It's nobody else.
All right, let's go. Let's go again.
Okay. So I toured with another couple 2 weeks ago. We basically tour every other weekend because they always go away next weekend. They've been looking on their own for probably 3-4 months before they met me. So 2 weeks ago, we saw something. They are probably 90% interested, especially the wife. She was really excited. And then they said, oh, we won't be available for next weekend. We'll touch base and we'll come back. So this weekend, we're going to see something else, right? So when I see them in person, I would like to know what happened with that property they really liked. They didn't talk about putting an offer or anything. I want to see where they are at their search, what's stopping them putting an offer for the one they saw 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I want to see if they're real buyers.
Okay, so you're going to be the agent, or I'm the agent this time?
I can be the agent.
All right, let's go. And
Hi,
how
Justin.
and sorry, once again, before we start, how long have this client been looking?
They've been looking probably 3-4 months before they met me. They
Okay.
are they are renting from a townhouse, and now they want to purchase their own 3-bedroom in Brooklyn.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Hi, Justin. Nice to see you again.
Hi, Jennifer.
How's your trip?
My trip was good. It was very fun. It was good to get away from the city, but we're glad to be back.
Very nice. And this property that we're at right now, you told me it's very close to your homes right now. And what do you like about this? Just curious.
We definitely like the location. However, we're unsure of whether we should submit an offer, or we're unsure if we still want to be in this location. What do you think about the property?
Well, let's take a look first. And then we'll finish touring, and then I can ask you, hey, Tom, what do you think of this one compared to the one 2 weeks ago we saw together?
We definitely like both locations, but again, we're not sure if we want to stay in this location.
Sounds like location is a concern that you have.
Correct.
Okay. And from all the other locations that have been touring, have you decided which one fits you better?
That's what we're up in the air about. We're up in the air about both locations. So that's why we need some guidance from you on in terms of, like, what do you think? What do you think it's a better investment?
This is somewhere that you're going to live for the next 5 to 10 years, I assume. Correct?
Potentially, maybe 4, maybe 6 years. I don't think 10 years. No, hopefully not. But yeah, we could potentially, I would say around 5 years.
Okay. When you say investment, meaning resale value, or
Correct.
you mean by investment resale value? Okay.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And what is a good investment to you?
Basically something that's not going to lose the price 5 years from now.
Okay.
Something that's
Well,
not going to go down.
all the places that we're looking at is basically it's going to increase in the value for the next 5 to 7 years. So that's a great news.
How are you sure of that? Do you have data to support that?
Yeah, I can show you data. I can send you the data.
Okay, can you email that to me?
Yeah, of course. So that problem.
So Jennifer, let me stop you here. No one could guarantee anything. That's number one. I think COVID could tell us, like, anyone that was sitting at a restaurant February of 2020 didn't think the entire world was going to shut down in March, whatever it was, March 20th. So don't ever guarantee anything.
Should I say based on the data from the past?
You could say you say exactly that. Like, I could send you data. I could send you year-over-year charts of how the neighborhood has performed, right? But I cannot guarantee that it's going to go up. I could based on the data. I think if the trend continues, but I think anyone, based on what recently happened with the COVID shutdown, I don't think anyone could, predict. Like, no one would predict that Miami was going to go up 200%. No one could predict that. Miami pre-shutdown, they were doing terrible. So no one could predict that. So never say you guarantee anything.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, I can show you the data based on the past data. Yeah. Can't guarantee anything, but I will show you how it would perform in this neighborhood we are looking at.
Okay. Yeah, send that over to me. Then let's schedule a follow-up call.
Okay. So I should ask you, I should ask you like the next question regarding the property 2 weeks ago you saw. What stopping you putting an offer?
I mean, I set the location, so that's why.
Right. Okay.
All right, so yeah, just don't guarantee anything. And
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure the client, ask them, what's the hesitation been? Like, do they have any concerns? And just see what they say.
Okay.
All right, I have to jump in a few minutes, but next week I want to do this role play a little bit differently. I want to do a question game, and I'll explain more next week. But it's brokers again. I always say us brokers, we love to talk. The question game will get us to speak 20% and listen 80%. So we'll do that. Whoever's the winner, we'll send you guys a gift card or something. And yeah. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. In the meantime, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via email, and we get back. And if you guys would like to schedule a call outside of these hours, I'm always available to speak. Happy Thursday.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
this weather,
Thanks,
and I'll
Dan.
see you guys
Have a good
next
week,
week.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.